Two-time rejuvenated former champ.
Bute did not do himself any shame. He cemented himself as a top contender.
Despite losing his last attempt at the title, Bute gallantly proved his career is far from over. The man who met and defeated... Immediately, DeGale fired out of a cannon.
And those body shots, man, they're making me cringe.
James DeGale is on fire in this fight.
But Bute staying on his feet. Oh, and now Bute teeing off on DeGale.
I don't think anyone thought Bute could fight at this pace.
Misses the left, good counter from DeGale. This crowd is on its feet. A deafening roar. Lucian Bute goes the distance in a thriller.
James DeGale.
After gliding towards a title shot, the undefeated Jack's winning ways, the underdog status only steeled his resolve.
That's a blessing for me. Because of my loss, he's overlooking me.
Badou Jack pours on the action.
Finally, it's what I've been working for my whole life.
Fully defending it. And that right hand drops up to a knee. The Swedish boxer, by way of Las Vegas, must once again overcome a formidable foe.
While not an underdog tonight, Badou Jack knows he must maintain his hunger for victory to propel him to the win he needs and the future he craves.
And there's the champion in his dressing room, Badou Jack's career. Badou Jack hasn't faced a lefty in over 4 years, so we'll see if Bute's southpaw stops. Let's go to Jim Gray. He's standing by with a man who enthusiastic.
Second time against the former champion Lucian Bute.
You see there, Bute challenged James DeGale, trying to regain the IBF title he held for nearly 5 years. Bute believes that strong effort against DeGale proved his...
He came up just short against the... A little older, but it's also psychological. How...
Does he out? He's number 7 contender. He stands
Monday morning in Rome, a two-time champ.
Yep, Jack is known as a little bit 7.5-month layoff.
Jack's opponents won, but he wound up on the canvas early. So let's see how Bute's quick start turns out for him.
His real power is in the 11 body punches to knock opponents down. That's a lot.
Mike McCullum has to be smiling ear to ear.
Body punches. We're going to see
The dark, just Chris Eubank. The pride. And
Dominic touching the head. He's not loading it up, just very straight.
a guy whose career has been, well, gaining confidence.
Oh, nice.
Left hook to the... From Romania, the first being Leo Duran.
Leo Duran is a very exciting fighter on his own.
You talk about a guy who could throw punches. Michael Lowe, joined by the likes of Ingemar Bute, talking injuries, fighting.
He can eliminate the left hand of Bute.
Yeah, Jack started boxing at 17, had 150 amateur fights as he comes forward on the attack now, going to the body with the right hand. To Canada here, Al, with on a string of a big contingent of...
bunch of folks that were coming down. Quick start, but normally he throws more punches toward the end of a fight. He threw a lot against DeGale off with a lot of punches there.
Jack's doing a good job of that. You see when Bute does get in, he uses jab, uses combinations. And you see just steps. Bute
nice number 2 hand. Nice.
One thing about those body shots, they're landing pretty clean as well.
Oh, curling left there by Bute. Nice. Oh.
Jab goes right to the body.
That's maybe a problem, as it looks like Bute already wiped
the cut. There's the elbow that landed by... And if he's total, because according to Showstats, 15 body shots, Jack is doing better.
And in his last, the 7th fewest.
The one thing about now hands low, kind of moving around. It's the game plan of DeGale. Jack is keeping it simple. You know,
trying to establish the jab is Badou Jack. Gets caught with a straight left hand by Bute.
He's showing it tonight.
And that's one of the advantages of having your hands in great position. It's not just for defense. Yeah. Also, your offense ends up coming out a lot shorter.
Last round
of round 1, but that jab of Jack is going to continue to haunt that.
Jack was originally scheduled to defend against former middleweight champion and withdrew from the fight. Jack said that Bute would be a much tougher opponent.
So Jack has some good leverage on those body shots, man. He doesn't just go to the body just to go to it. He makes those count. Nice 1-2 in there.
Nice left hook again, digging away to the body as Badou Jack blocked.
Bute talked about he's having a hard time landing the straight left or the right hook. He's going to have to get inside and land that uppercut.
Badou Jack-Lucian Bute here in Washington, D.C. from Romania, now a Canadian citizen.
And he threw a combination which landed.
And Bute, seconds of the third round. Badou Jack, the champion here in Washington, D.C. earlier this week, hoping that Lucian Bute can become a body just above the belt line with that right hand.
There's a couple of sharp counters to the left hand by Bute. He's got to make. It's also Jack's not giving him much of a target. No. Jack is really using his angles well, keeping a high guard. There's an unorthodox uppercut there by Bute.
And in talking about Badou Jack, fight like Floyd Mayweather has meant the adjustments, and so far, I mean, he's...
One thing I gotta say, since he was knocked out, he's very disciplined with his defense. His hand positioning is very well. He's very well balanced. He doesn't want to get caught with anything stupid. Definitely learned his lesson from that fight.
To the chin by Badou Jack. Good head movement, avoiding the shots of Bute just past the midpoint of round 4.
Circled before he worked that body.
Elbow. Left in the fourth, sorry, Al.
It's okay. Bute has been trying to go downstairs, not been able to really effectively get his body punching working. Starting to get the straight left-handed a little bit.
And you said he talked about speed being an advantage again at 36 and going through the wars that he's been through, the miles on the odometer. Jack, 4 years younger, cuffing right hand there. I don't know.
22 years in the sport.
Nice save by Badou Jack.
So he's sharp, and again, his hand.
You take a look there at the right hand landing, and you get right hand to the body. Some punchers, body punchers, will and a big part of his attack is always there. And there he works.
His cut man, Bob Miller, doing a good job on the cut by his right eye.
And Bob Miller, one of the best cut men in boxing. He's excellent. Yeah.
Noted cut. How many others? Lots of them. It's a very important job in the sport as Badou Jack opening up on the head of Lucian Bute.
You see, this is why Bute sometimes can't put his punches together, but Jack not giving him the target. If you miss the first one or...
Lucian Bute also is falling in with his left hand,
and that's because
the punches landed by Badou Jack. It's like the San Antonio Spurs Thunder game.
It's a big edge.
Badou constantly moves that with his left. He punches, even on the inside, he steps around to the left. Use that right hook, even just as a setup punch to move Jack back towards his left hand.
Oh, but
yeah, and he's thrown that hook right. It will also push Jack in the right spot.
Yeah, I mean, if it doesn't push him, maybe it'll make Jack on his own move that way.
Yep. Jack continues to target the body, but Bute definitely with what we saw in the first part of their fight. Under a minute left, a counter right there by Badou Jack.
And Jack to lefty.
And there's an overhand left, and Bute absorbed it well. Bute has been down twice in his career, the last time against Carl Froch. There's a nice left hook to the face by Badou Jack.
Bute did so well against DeGale, but both world-class fighters, DeGale.
Yeah, what do they say about style?
A left hook by the southpaw stance, exactly, which we had never seen from Badou Jack.
6 begins here at the D.C. Armory in Washington, D.C. Mauro Ranallo alongside former champion Paulie Malignaggi at ringside. You are watching the WBC Super Middleweight Championship bout as Jack connects again on the head with that sweeping right and goes downstairs with a right.
Zone left. Gonna keep hammering that point down. That Bute has to throw that right hook.
Howard Grant in the corner, and his brother Otis Grant, both excellent boxers from Canada. They feel like Bute's been rejuvenated, and he has been, but in this fight, he's having a tough time early on.
Yeah, he showed up in the gym after the DeGale fight just days later. They said, hey, go home. You earned a break. Not giving him any breaks here tonight. And again, winding up with lots of leverage on that.
And by throwing that right hand around the side at times, it forces Gale to have to think about his hand positioning. Does he keep the left hand in front of his face for the straight right hand or from the side?
Lucian Bute is not getting different than the ones he was throwing against Gale.
And look at Jack's percent.
Yeah, very different. And Jack, we saw in the Groves fight, Badou Jack has tightened up his defense a lot. There's a nice right uppercut from Bute, the punch he needs.
It's another reason.
There's a three-punch combination. Final minute of the sixth by Lucian Bute. James DeGale said something, and whether it was posturing or gamesmanship, he wondered if he didn't produce Bute's last great stand, and maybe he thinks he may have taken some of his soul in that fight.
Maybe, but you know, right here, what Bute's doing, he's starting to have a history of that before. So you have to punch in combination.
The thing is, you can't stand back in front of him, Al, because Jack will return fire at a certain point, especially that his hands are in such great position to return fire.
Yes.
So Bute does well when he puts them together, but he's got to step around the side.
He's gotten busy in the sixth. There again, a four-punch combination. A lot of it blocked, though, and good defense by Bute. And again, those ones are going off the guard of Jack, and he comes back with a stiff right hand.
Yeah, and see, he stood there, and he comes back for the return.
And a left hook to the head by Jack.
Yeah, he's got to step around or step back or something. There it is.
There it is, on cue.
See another example of it. Bute working pretty well inside. And there is the right hand. Lots of leverage on that punch by Jack. And he goes there again to this body work. He wants to get there. And
just as impressive this past April when he crushed Hadila Moore. Now, of course, James DeGale, the winner of Smith, will be waiting.
Commentator tonight, passionate observers. You
put your distance because
as we are in the second half of this super middleweight championship fight, let's bring in our unofficial scorer, Steve Farrard. How do you have it after 6, Steve?
Pretty one-sided. For that is the early work Jack did.
This is Bute's third fight with Howard Grant. Jack has seemed to find
body shots taking the steam. Your fundamentals are more important. You know, you need to have your hands high and your punches good. The outside, you can have your hands low. His shots much better than Bute.
Al, one-way traffic for Badou Jack.
And we talked about how important it was, but it is Jack that is control
investment, hoping to reap the dividends as this fight unfolds.
You see the punches coming from Bute from his chest. Look, see, he's not able to get that leverage. So Jack into.
Nice combination there put together by.
Sometimes you can avalanche. Trick is you still have to step around after you're done.
Bute coming forward, but also eats a left hand and a right. They exchange here in the final 15 seconds of the 7th round. Looking good in all areas. Lands a 1-2. Good defense. Good.
Little side steps. I mean, oh, nice.
And our main event on Showtime Championship Boxing. Badou Jack defending the super.
And there was, of course, luckily, get back.
Lucian Bute in his attempt to become a two-time champion. He would like payback for WWE payback tomorrow night, but right now, Badou Jack continuing to work the head and the body out.
Yeah, we've seen a.
We'll talk about his hand positioning, but also his defensive posture in general, his positioning in general. He doesn't overstep. Look.
You know, during his rise, Jack always targeted the body, but recently his game has evolved.
He's dropped his number, become more selective and more throw a 72 and more precise.
Shot there by having the hands of Bute come up on the jab.
You don't want to always move to your right, but he's not getting to the right and getting his foot outside of Jack as much as he should.
And something that does not bode well for Lucian Bute in his 268-pound title fights. Jack has been a formidable second-half fighter.
In the fighter meetings yesterday, they told Bute's team was telling us that he's been throwing a lot of punches late in sparring sessions. So with the body shots, Badou Jack's Bute's output will be affected late.
Well, he's trying to put together punch. Defended by Badou Jack. They're standing toe-to-toe. And here at the D.C. Armory in America's capital, we are through 8 rounds. And Bute comes out aggressively.
73 punches per round in the last 4 rounds, but they haven't been as effective.
Knock out the champion Badou won with 12 wins via form of KO.
It was Bute, who he thought would be tougher than Chavez Jr., but
seeing his pro career, last one was
See how sharp that right hand we saw.
Precedented for a fighter to lose in a challenge for a title and fight for a title in his next bout. We've seen Carl Froch, Bernard Hopkins, and Ruslan June 11th all successfully do it recently.
Good fight. And in the MMA world sports.
There's Jack. And Badou working the body.
And he's not getting enough leverage on him.
And that's the thing, if you're not going to hurt him, you want to be able to at least step back out of range, so that you're at least winning the round and you're not taking
in the wheelhouse.
Good change, as well as stepping out of range at times.
Nice counter left hook by Jack.
And a guy who can vary that defense and vary that offense, the variation makes you difficult to time. And let's see.
Yeah.
Went back to right-handed. Oh, good
nice body shot. That's what Grant would like to see out of rounds. And Badou Jack unloading with a knife. Or excuse me.
And rounders. And Jack, there's no question that Jack-Lucian Bute needs something dramatic to turn the tide in this fight. And
both coming in his loss to Derek Edwards. Courtesy of Steve Farhood.
I'll tell you, if you would have based this, you would have thought Jack would have had his hit look real easy so far.
Gail said maybe he produced the one last great fight of Lucian Bute's career.
At age 36.
It's possible. We also got to credit Badou Jack.
Absolutely, 100%.
He's fighting such an intelligent fight. Oh, as I say that, he takes a hard left hand from
That's
Bute.
the best left hand and nice uppercut. That's the best punches Bute's thrown in round.
Bute to create space. Instead, Jack creates it for his hook.
Yeah, we continue to see the maturation process of Groves in his breakout campaign of 2015. Title defense against a former champion.
Much of this, but for the first time, I thought I saw Jack push a couple of his punches. Flows a bit.
His punches together, however. There's a clipping left hand.
That's true. Yeah, like I'm criticizing him, right?
Yeah. Couple of left hooks. Right hand, another left hook by Jack. Bute's fans trying to will him to victory with chants of Bute.
So both guys making it a battle of attrition here in the clinches, in the trenches around 10.
Oh, that was on the belt line.
Been an entertaining round.
Yep, action-packed 10th. There's Bute coming forward. Spirited effort here in the 10th round. Some of the momentum from the 10th, and he is starting busy. Line from Badou Jack.
And according to show stats, landed in any other round.
But now Badou Jack targeting the head and yet going downstairs again, Paulie, and finding the target right in front.
You see that little side step? See, not only does he step to his left, he also pivots. Sometimes he steps, sometimes he pivots, sometimes he does both. And it keeps this just at long range enough for Bute to miss, but just at short range enough for him to step back in and punch.
Well, as we know, it's not always how you start, but how you finish. And Lucian Bute definitely picking up the pace here in round 11, followed by a strong.
Between rounds, Jack does not want to fight with you inside. He frees up Badou's defense by making him.
Now for that head right after he warns him, he goes back to the belt.
What a right uppercut by Bute. You know, he's got a good uppercut. He's starting to find it, but it might be too late in the fight. Look at, he's landing that punch now.
Jack undefeated past 10 rounds, and they go.
What?
And again, a 36-year-old Lucian Bute in his 13th World Championship fight.
Going to cause some clinches to rest up a little bit.
And Bute continues to unload punches. Maybe not the pop necessary to continue because...
The one thing about it is when you're fatigued, even those little shots don't take effect. This is a good body shot by Jackie. You keep using that step on to set up good body shots.
He's landing some monstrous uppercuts.
And there's a counter right hand by Jack, sweeping left hook that just missed. 45 seconds left in the 11th, and Bute continues. Badou Jack with punches.
This fight's not over.
In the later rounds.
And he's seen more punches. He's doing it tonight.
There's another left hook that connects by Badou Jack. Final 15 seconds. Bute perhaps emboldened by the chance of his surname here in Washington, D.C. Toe-to-toe with Badou Jack, and Bute getting the better of these exchanges here in round 11. We should be in store for a terrific 12th.
Jack still working the body. That one actually straight a bit low. And that was exchanges, but Bute found the uppercut during the course of that round.
Badou Jack in order to become a two-time champion.
He's trying.
In 2005, and as we mentioned,
has been so good in the last 2 rounds.
Back to back.
And then Jack's legs have slowed down, so
but Jack still scoring.
That great change of range is now.
Winds up with that right hand to the body. As Jack does not self with a body attack.
I did say give myself a pat on the back there. Badou Jack.
In this WBC Super Middleweight Championship, Jack-Lucian Bute wanting to win the WBC belt, bring it back to Quebec and give it to Eric Luca, who lost the title to Marcus Bayer via controversial decision in Germany many years ago. Luca brought Bute to Quebec as a sparring partner in 2003, but Badou Jack position here, and while he's not busy in the 12th round, he may, we think, have it under the Grant brothers at 36. A lot of people thought he was finished after Carl Froch.
Don't you wonder, what if this was a 15-round fight like the old days? Would Lucian Bute be in business? You know?
Or would he have chosen to start in round 13?
There you go.
Yeah.
Badou Jack trying to fight him off. 30 seconds left. Finish line. Will it be the checkered flag for Badou? Jack-Lucian Bute pull out another dramatic 12th hits are going to be right. It looks like it will be Badou Jack and James DeGale to unify run for Bute. Just not enough in my estimation.
Badou Jack.
Decision is a majority draw.
Oh my.
Wow. Even Frank Underwood would have to take umbrage. Goes on.
He keeps his
All right.
one Jack. And the nice thing about Jack is one punch and the left to the body. That one was one of the best ones he threw all night, actually, and he continues to work. Combination.